My enters the game feeling a little under the weather. Clea and Camilla comfort her and offer to take care of her this game. Isn't this just like it? I feel like this is just a really pure trio. Well, maybe Camilla's not exactly pure. So, I've just learned that there's such thing as an Alaskan king-sized bed. And it's 12 feet wide. It's kind of like the Alaskan bullworm that's... good day, good people. It's another fine day. In the year of the Radiance. The next to last Thursday. The penultimate Thursday. In the year of the Radiance. Frank the Christmas Sloth, Toon Link Dave, Bravo Dave, Anomaly the Anomacar's Few know me as the man who is, I guess, getting ready for the year's end. It's closing time for this year. Let me zoom you guys in and say that it's time for the... Oh. You guys can hear it. I couldn't. My headset was off. Let's get the show on the road. We got lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. We're gonna really feel the Christmas spirit tomorrow. Celeste will be having a holiday party. But today, we're just taking a sleigh ride. And we got all of the tag teams who might be fond of taking a little sleigh ride together with you today. We got Gamble Pays Off, Dinner Party, Couples Counseling, Twin Magic, and there's like a couple of things that we have to mention here. Pay attention to what's going on between these two teams, Gamble Pays Off, and right beneath them, Twin Magic. Essentially, we're about to see Celeste and Halara, who are a tag team this season, team up with Hu Tao to take on Three's Company, actually. Which is kind of a fantastic little thing that's going on here. That being said, Three's Company is here with High Flying, Big Gremlin Energy, Mage Against the Machine, Made to Rule, Damnation, Hamtaro, Cut Above the Rest, Snapshot, Magic and Science, and we see a new Pancake Champion Mahiru and, of course, our champion Nagisa, both here as well with their titles. Let Him Cook, Turncoats, Boys Sleepover, Just Monica, IT Club, Anything for Her, Ghost Zone, What I Go to School For, Time and Space, Makoto, Team Makoto, Crystal Clear, So the Story Goes, Stop, Look, and Listen, Memory is Key, Small Companions, you better believe Gundam and Paimon are both gonna want to ride that sleigh. Gundam's probably providing the animals. Hello Nurse, Pimps Mafia, Tipping the Scales, Big and Tall, Praise, and Aru! More Than Meets the Eye, Fantastic Gymnastics, Music Theory, Laser Focus, and The Royal Family, and this Friday, aka tomorrow, is the final fracture and the final day before the Fight Before Christmas. The Fight Before Christmas is this Saturday. I believe at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It may be at 2, we'll see. That being said, it's gonna be a fun time and I'm very excited for it. Let it be known, I think that's all I got for you. Like, we could make some Rumble announcements, but I think at this point you guys have like 18, 19 people announced for the Rumble, and the rest can just be surprises. I'll be frank, I think it's gonna be a pretty fun Rumble. But that's all I'm gonna say about it. Hopefully there's some stuff that's on the line, isn't it? We might see some real shenanigans on Saturday, but that's a future me problem. It's not even a me problem, to be honest, I hope. Without further ado, though, we do have to see if Couples Counseling will be forcing Gamble Pays Off, and we'll zoom in one more time, actually, to defend those tag team titles. And that will transpire. Switch it over to this wheel right here. Thank you very much. In 3, it's a pretty good chance, too. 1, there we go. I was gonna say, let me not stop in the middle of my countdown. I was gonna say, there's a pretty decent chance for that to hit. And they have 2 more opportunities for that to hit. So, I do believe Gamble Pays Off will be gambling at some point. Will they be gambling today, though? I don't know if I hold that up high enough, but it is actually plugged in right now. Let's see if we'll be gambling today. because of couples counting and will Jotaro be in today's game? He may or may not. He is looking like no, but it's real close. Got real close at the end there. Not as close as it's ever been, but it got real close at the end there. That being said, I think we're ready to get the show on the road then, shall we? As I said, the two biggest things, the fight before Christmas coming up. This week, the final fracture. Tomorrow, we got so much good stuff. I'm really excited for it. That being said, it's time to start this game. I need to bring up your comments from last time, because I'm pretty sure I asked a question. I'm like 80% sure, and I think I have a question that I want to ask now as well, because it's something I talked about with the boys. One day I'll have to have something on here featuring the boys. That being said, let me see. Last time. Well, first of all, pick first, second, third. And which team would you most like to go on a sleigh ride together with? I think that's a fun question to ask. That's not the question of the day, but we'll go through here. Arrow says, emotional damage. And gave us the songs from last time. Opening off says, oh yeah, heal AV. Better believe I am. Randobot, who says that YouTube doesn't like the quick changes. PTSD, I'm not the most familiar with Danganronpa, so I don't get what you're feeling. The knife is probably for self-defense. In my robot voice. Hopefully Ryan's having fun with knives. Sonic Gaming, no, not the knife, my trauma. Returning. Let me see. Oh, what was the best gift you've ever given? That's what that was the question. You're right. Matthew Glover says, oh boy, our boy rather, ain't about to become the new Mondo. Izio had a week last week, actually. Francesca, who picked Kotoko for first, and Crazy Oko and Himiko. The small, I actually meant to comment on this. You picked the small bean squad, which I thought was really cute. Kotoko's Hunger Games Adventures said that they were actually going to train for that Christmas match, which is coming in just 2 days. And it's going to be a really fun match. I've seen what Wins Davies got planned, and I'm really excited to see the entirety, actually, of the fight before Christmas. But Donuts, you love to see it. And then the end said, I should be mad, but me and Himiko dying in our one event after she developed a crush on me is kind of romantic. The fingers touching like, oh, it is kind of romantic. Kuzu says history repeats itself. And in that case, I'm going to use history to influence my pick. And your song was Touchtone Telephone by Lemon Demon. And Lemon Demon like sparked like the synapses in my brain when I heard it the first time. And I think they did they do the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny too? Right? That's that group, right? They're fun. They are fun. Natasha Scott, who is giving Kokichis, and I do kind of implore you guys to go through and like take a peek at some of the people who are leaving like in-character dialogue, because I like to go through them too. Kokichi feeling despair, I didn't even care about the dozen donut day. The one thing that kept me going all season is gone forever. Kokichi's been having it this season. Waterfall says, spoilers, he won while being blind, good job to our boy, and then he did it again. And then Kotoko actually did follow through. I actually haven't clicked on all of these links, so I need to come back and do that. Kotoko came through and actually provided the links for me. Thank you very much for that. And I think I've only heard one of them. Which one was it? No. Maybe I hadn't. I thought I'd heard somewhere this Honkai Impact song. Maybe I have. Well, I'll go through the links again. Cherry Berry, who said, I've only really drawn for people, I have no money. So it's all I can do, but it's made with love and care, which is nice. A very nice gift, doesn't have to cost a dime, to be honest. Kitty Bubbles is back after being gone for 2 weeks and is now all caught up, and gave reactions for all of the previous episodes, like, yay, there's a TV Head Resurrection event, and then Destruction. Which I am very, very good on. And then Pigboy99 said, I wasn't picking a winner, but imagine if Sonosuke wins, lucky me. He did, and then Imagine Tomorrow too. And lastly, we have Lady Psychic, who said, Izzy may have failed to get the Pancake Championship, but he managed to redeem himself in this game with a whopping 8 kills. I don't know if I've asked this question, also thank you for the comments, you guys. I don't know if I've asked this question specifically, but I know it just comes up a lot in our group. I didn't even bring it up. I sure enough didn't. Give me a theme song. Doesn't even have to be from your childhood. And I think before we said, I did give you guys like a, what's your favorite childhood theme song? You might want to, you can go back to that too. What's a theme song that you think goes way too hard? Just like, what show do you think has the best theme song in your opinion? Just go through like your brain and like your list of shows, or just give me the first one that comes to mind that you're like, I really like this theme song for this show or movie. It could be like the entrance of a movie or something. Give me that too. Yeah, I want those. And your comments are important, so go ahead and leave them. First, second, third. Who do you want to take a sleigh ride together? And then which theme song goes hard for no reason? I'm gonna give, and you know what? Don't give like, you can give, if you want to give like an answer that's like, yeah, I really like this one, and most people will know it. Give an obscure one too. You know, I'm gonna give an obscure one. There was this show on Nickelodeon that was like half, not even half, it was like half anime style and then half American style animation. And I believe it was called Kappa Mikey. And I think that theme song went really hard for no reason. If I remember right, because I remember just really liking the theme song. Maybe it was just the theme song and the opening, like, animation. But I just remember it just went hard for no reason. Completely. Absolutely. That being said, let's start the show, because we actually haven't been at it for too long. But you know, even though we weren't at it for too long, there's one thing that... Oh, wait a minute. If I can just reach over... I was gonna say, Asner's not around right now. As with the roll music. But Pablo is. Pablo, one day we're gonna have to get you into the AWE. Asner is out training for the Rumble match. And I hope he does well. I could see Asner getting a lot of eliminations. Asner's a big guy. Got that vicious choke slam. I think he could like get elimination after elimination. That being said, Pablo, he's hooking us with 3. So, without further ado, I know you're waiting to see who's taking a sleigh ride right to the tag team finale. So, with not 1 time, and not 2 times, but for, this lechonk that is just randomly sitting on my desk, I say to you, we resimulate a half-full set, but a still very nice 3 times. Alright teams, let's make it happen, let's make some magic happen, and as we proceed, magic may happen, because the tributes are on their podiums, the horns, they doth sound, and the bloodbath doth begin. And how do you know that it doth begin? Because you hear that, right? Horn bearers, thank you. Thank you for all that you do. I appreciate it. Every step of the way. However, we gotta keep on keeping on. Wanderer runs away from the cornucopia. I looked at this and it's a congregation, it's the alligators, and I hate it. But I'm glad that it's not a Kane, because if it was, this episode would be over. Kotoko, realizing that dying doesn't mean anything in this endless cycle of despair, so she's gonna live it up this game. Terry finds an invitation to the World Pancake Championship inside the cornucopia. Interesting. Kumi runs away from the cornucopia. Fischl runs away as well. Sokka runs away from the cornucopia. Halara rides in the arena on a flying bison. Yuta argues with Monokuma. Is Akane in this game? Well, I think she might be. Oh no, it could still happen. So couldn't make it to today's game. He had a doctor's appointment, probably getting his physical checked out before the fight before Christmas and before Fracture tomorrow, because he's at Fracture tomorrow. Mew runs away from the cornucopia. Ibuki runs away as well. Queen breaks Corey's nose for a basket of bread. Akane takes a handful of throwing knives, which means the game goes on, baby. Masaru stabs Sasha repeatedly with a butcher's knife, all while laughing wildly. Okay. Okay, Mizuki is a superhero and Mikan's a supervillain. They have been arch nemesis since the year of the Aviator, our first year. In the first year of the Aviator. Angie travels in from a past game in her Blue Police call box. Kole sets out explosive just taking out Chisa. Hina begins to bully Makoto relentlessly. Desuka finds a model cornucopia. Inside the cornucopia, Shuichi finds a torn photo of Kokoto within his pocket, the word daddy scribbled on the back. Hate that, Shuichi. Himiko steps on a landmine accidentally. Gen fills his canteen, finds a canteen full of water. Aiba finds a torn photo of Hiro within her pocket, the word daddy scribbled on the back. Yo, what is it? Why are y'all misbehaving this game? Behave! Tinko and Mahiru fight for a bag. Tinko strangles Mahiru with the straps and runs. She really wants that World Pancake Championship. Muna kind of plays all the Hornbearer instruments at once. The Hornbearers say it's so beautiful, they're subdued. He plays it for the rest of the game. Amber is possessed by Asner of the 39th dimension. Watch out. Gundam throws a knife into Furina's chest. But she's great. Hook watches with envious. Chihiro and Toko kiss before leaving the cornucopia. Kazuichi runs away from the cornucopia, so does Usami. Monica shoots an arrow into Celeste's head. It's been a bad day for anyone holding a title, hasn't it? Mika runs away from the cornucopia. Mukuro gets a bag full of explosives. Akechi enters the arena via skydiving. Unfortunately, this parachute doesn't do the parachuting thing and, you know, saves him from the skies. And falls on top of Nahida, killing them both. Hey, Heizo, rather. Finds a book titled To Cook Fuyuhiko, a Beginner's Guide. Fuyuhiko's both amazed and horrified at the level of detail within the book. Yep, that's me, Fubuki, Clockford. You may be wondering why I just stepped on a landmine. Well, it all started back in the year of the Aviator. Kaito rather gets his hands on a pair of scissors and commits genocide on Monica, Daisaku, and Barbara. Fun fact, y'all get these alligators out of my dang cornucopia. Komodos can't stand them, but alligators, you know, I don't want to stand them either. Backed by unpopular demand, Crazy Yoko. She's not extremely popular. That's fair, but I've kind of grown on her. You know, a regular Yoko kind of miss me, but Crazy Yoko, she alright. Crazy Yoko extra large. We salute you though. Chi-Chi runs away from the cornucopia. Sonia runs away as well. Mai enters the game feeling a little under the weather. Clea and Camilla comfort her and offer to take care of her this game. Isn't this just like it? I feel like this is just a really pure trio. Well, maybe Camilla's not exactly pure. Queen runs away from the cornucopia. Nagito forces the Crazy Yoko extra large to start singing Please Give Me Wings. Shoma runs away, as does Kawakami. Monodam finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Paimon and Hajime compare the knives they found. Kyoko comes in with a spoon and gets laughed at. Haiji finds a teleporter, teleports him to Garrick Monk Monastery. He's got a relic. Monotower grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia. Chiaki runs away from the cornucopia, and the doctor can't remember who he is, and Rhyme tries to help him remember. We proceeded as day 1. And the rating pistol rates. Kazuichi, just 13 points. Listen here, Crazy Yoko extra large does not like Chihiro. She's going to bark at him now. Monotaro asks Queen if Queen likes boats. Queen says no. Angie, didn't you operate a boat at some point during Deltarune? Over like battery acid? That sounds right to me. Angie freaks out upon seeing a painting of dogs playing poker. Munakata, Chiaki, and Hook hunt for other tributes. Fuyuhiko, Haiji, Shoma do the torture dance while torturing Paimon. Mikan and Hina insult each other relentlessly after getting into a bloody fight. Asner is named one of his children after Usami. Klee confesses how much he has come to hate Crazy Yoko. Crazy Yoko says the feeling's mutual. Sonia sees smoke rise in the distance, decides not to investigate an amazing feat of strength. Hiro crushes Kole with a boulder. Yuma screams Kole's name in anguish. You hate to see it. Akane and Aiba and Shuichi and Gundam play cards. Wanderer makes a deal with Sakura again, makes a slingshot. Nijima starts writing a novel. Will she ever finish? And Makoto questions his sanity. Desihiko's still alive. Good. Kotoko shoots an arrow into the doctor's head. Not so good. Kaito wonders if Nagito has Nagito insurance. We're seeing a lot of people down here, but I think they're all alive. Mai uses a spell to suck the intelligence out of Mizuki, which shockingly works, leaving Mizuki literally dumbfounded. Kotoko collects fruit from a tree. Kyoko, Halara, and Ryoma hunt for their tributes. Kurumi asks for my soundboard. I granted. She throws an epic dance party with Camilla, Mew, Hajime, and Kori. Kawakami asks for Masaru's axolotl. He gets confused. Monica is the best in the world. Teru. Toko, Mukuro, Heizo, and Komaru hunt for their tributes. Mika uses a signature move to kill Amber. They're both dead in the Nuzlocke. Tinko draws Among Us. Official gives Nagisa her blessing to marry Rhyme. Nagisa and Rhyme have no idea what the heck she's on about. Ibuki thinks everyone's a mastermind. Monodam dyes his hair gold. He don't have hair. But Chi-Chi thinks Avi has an addiction to getting new addictions, and that just ain't true. We lost just 16. It's not a massive game, but 16, it does dip a little bit into the reserves of the folks who are here, and it makes it a Clair de Lune 4. So, Natasha, Chisa, Himiko, Mahiru, Furina, Celeste, Akechi, Nahida, Fubuki, Monica, Daisaku, Barbara, Kole, the Doctor, Amber. Well, shall we? See everybody's statuses. I don't know who's left, or how many people are left. We have 60. 60 minutes. 60 people, not 60 minutes left. I doubt this is gonna go over an hour because, you know, in my heart of hearts, I'm feeling AV Mania. Part of me feels in my bones AV Mania is coming soon. We're not even in a new year, but in my heart of hearts, I'm thinking AV Mania is around the corner. Let's scroll through. Let's see how this all plays out, because as we get to the bottom, a couple teams completely in. I don't think anybody except for Time and Space were completely out. And Snapshot, oh, poor Snapshot, poor guys. We gotta proceed though, and we see Night 1. Corey does a quick prayer to a tool before going to sleep. Teru, Kamaru, and Hina enter a scrum debate with Ryoma, Chihiro, and Mew. They argue over who the best starter in Danganronpa is. Nijima misses their plane meeting with Queen, has a sad feeling in her chest. Akane wants to pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. She could really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. Avi. The ultimate Jinx comments on how well Yuta's doing. Haiji walks up to Yuta and says, "That's rough, buddy." Mizuki simps for tables. Crazy Oko doesn't understand why. Shoma sings a romantic song to Monodam. How sweet. Mai and Kurumi, the rest of this event is not welcome in a school environment. Stop that nasty. Kazuichi starts a factory that mass produces wood, so was that a threat? Munakata attempts to climb a tree, but Chiaki falls onto Chiaki, rather, killing them both. Kokoto has a dream of Usami winning. Is this a premonition? Who would have thunk? Kotoko. You can't put Kokoto and Kotoko right after each other and expect me to get it right both times. Activates Berserker Soul, keeping Monster Cardos, keeps drawing Monster Cardos until Fuyuko has negative life points. Shuichi feels himself developing a crush on Gen. Kyoko challenges Gundam and Hero to an anything goes pancake eating competition. Gundam eats the most pancakes, and my guy earns entry into the World Pancake Championship, and you know what? Deserved. He did he almost win the World Pancake Championship match? I think he was close. Was he third? I think he might have been third. Who knows? I gotta find a pin though. Man, I had a good pin and now it's gone. Where did it go? I should have asked somebody for pins for Christmas. Oh. Because I don't even know where the case... Like, I have, like, a case of, like, fancy pins like these fancy gel pins. I don't know where they are. Did I let my niece in? Oh, I sure did. I don't know if I'll ever find them. But Gundam, you get on this list. As Klee walks barefoot across the carpet with Legos going on all watching reason, she powers to the pain and reaches the other side. Mikan, Camilla, and Toko find the Triforce. They each take a piece for themselves. Toko's got the Triforce of Courage, Mikan the Triforce of Wisdom, and Camilla the Triforce of Power. Rhyme fears Yuna. In fact, she fears all the Asahinas. Muko grabs a kitchen knife, hopefully it's just for self-defense. Ibuki and Wanderer take some pictures of the Aurora Borealis before going to sleep for the night. Halara breaks Minecraft rule number 1 and digs straight down, shockingly finds diamonds. I feel like more people find diamonds than they do lava. Crazy. Sony receives Yakiniku from an unknown sponsor. Aiba signs a petition to change American football to yeet-ball. In order to build each other's trust, rather, Sakura and Desihiko do trust falls on the very first instance. Sakura steps aside and lets Desihiko fall off of a cliff, my guy. Kaito finds an Etch-a-Sketch somehow after a few hours, creates a masterpiece. Makoto asks Hajime to help him go to sleep. Hajime lifts the other protagonist onto his shoulders, hits him with the go to sleep, dropping his knee onto... or rather his head onto that knee. Makoto out cold. Nataro puts on a suave top hat. How fancy. Paimon works at both Yoko's. Not Yoko's, just Yoko's. Burns down Avi's, wears in despair. It was an accident. It was an accident. It was an accident. Chi-Chi tries to eat her turducken, and we still acknowledge her for that. Little arson and a little bit of, she's just trying to give me my insurance claim, so you know what, thanks, Paimon. Chi-Chi tries to eat her turducken, but it's too much for her. She dies from the stomach pains, and anyone else's hands a microphone is just a microphone, and hooks, it's a pipe bomb. Thinking quickly, Kawakami constructs a gun using only some string, a squirrel, and a gun. Tinko simps for tables. There's a lot of table simping going on, and Monica doesn't understand why. Mika spends the night setting traps, keeping Heizo and Angie out of his camp. Throughout the entire night, Crazy Oko Large tells you Nagisa a bunch of useless fun facts, and Masaru and Fischl take some pictures of the Aurora Borealis before going to sleep for the night. We didn't lose that many of that day. But it's day 2. Hajime puts cat ears on hooks. She's kind of cute, actually. I mean, she's a bean. Of course it's going to be adorable. Mew buys AV merchandise from AV's Wares and Despairs, and you know what? I think it's time for the bike theme. At least Akane says so. But what do you think? Toko pushes Kotoko off of a cliff during a knife fight. Mika lays on the ground watching blood falling from Halara being murdered by Shuichi, painting the scenery crimson. Tinko puts on a pair of Radical Shades, says a one-liner saying, "Haha, degenerate male," and puts on a second pair of Radical Shades. Her coolness levels are so high, that's her one-liner. Then Makoto dies from the exposure and the kick to the head that Tinko gave to him. Ibuki wants Avi to give Sayaka a chance. Mikan overhears this and kills Ibuki for asking for the impossible. Kyoko, Nagisa, and Fischl go in the Adventurers Guild. Kyoko's the righteous knight, and Nagisa's the wise and wizard. Fischl's jealous, and she's a janitor. Chihiro, Mai, and Rhyme hold an intervention for my pancake addiction, but they all entirely confused on what that is. Give me a bunch of pancakes and I'll earn entry into the World Pancake Championship match. Chihiro wants that again. Mai, I'm hoping for you. And Rhyme has some opportunity. Yuta confides in Angie, and Mizuki and Ryoma play tricks on Crazy Oko while Shoma steals from her room. Wanderer finds their maidens with Viking ship. Crazy Oko, Hiro, and Sonia come up with a complicated escape plan. Kaito pimp slaps Corey off of a cliff. Learning from the ultimate pimp, Chihiro is not right there, but Camilla and Heizo play cards. Heizo loses all of his life points and is killed for it. Kotoko, wait, hold on, we never really get to this part too much. Anyway, Kokoto wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. Queen gets off to a rocky start with her new professor, Kazuichi. Maybe she'll learn a pimp slap of her own. Hina impales Monotaro with a machete, yikes. Kurumi, her hat matches well with her giant robot. Mukuroto, standing in the eyes of Cleet, runs off. Komaru reminisces about the year of the ascent. Masaru acknowledges Teru Teru. Nijima, Haiji, and Usami hold an intervention for my pancakes. You're all doomed. Tried to take away my pancakes. How could you? All of you, 2 of you are supposed to be so delightful. Perhaps I expected this from Haiji, but to think that you would stoop down to his level while such glorious music is playing, away with thee. As you have been smitten, schmitadoodled. Fare thee well. Gin diverts Paimon's attention and runs away. Aiba, Monodam, and Monica track down and chill with Gundam. Kawakami does a sick kickflip, but fails a landing, falls flat on her face, and Sakura places a bomb next to a river to explode some fish. We lost another 15. That brings us down to a nice, not even 45, but a nice 45. I think 45 is not a round number, but it's like a, okay, I get you. I feel that. It's a clear day loon for her. Munakata, Chiaki, Fuyuhiko, Desahiko, Chi-Chi, Kotoko, Halara, Makoto, Ibuki, Corey, Heizo, Monotaro, Nijima, Haiji, Usami. Let's peek. We have all of couples counseling could get you the fan vote. Kokoto wants to prove her worth to the sisters. High Flying's completely in it, so is Big Gremlin Energy. Mage Against the Machine has Fischl. Made to Rule has Camilla and Sonia. Damnation has Monodam and Queen. Hamtaro still has Mika. Cut Above the Rest with Mai. Magic Inside has our champion Nagisa. Let 'em Cook's completely in. Kotoko still has Hina. Boys Sleepover still completely in as well. Monica's from Just Monica. IT Club's completely in. What I Go to School For has Kawakami. Anything for Her has Mukuro. Crystal Clear's completely in. So the Story Goes has Toko. Stop Look and Listen with Komaru. Memory is Key's completely in. Pimp's Mafia has Kazuichi. Small Companions completely in. Hello Nurse has Mikan. Big and Tall has Crazy Oko Extra Large. Praise and Aru Kyoko has Angie. More Than Meets the Eye has Sakura. Fantastic Gymnastics completely ends. Shuichi for Music Theory, Royal Family. There's more than one, but they're still here together. And Laser Focus has Tenko, who's got some radical shades, but will she have a radical win? Let's find out. On to the next round. Let's step through. We see Night 2. Paimon says, let's get violent. Takes my soundboard and says Megalovania while holding a single finger up, and it stays there. Acknowledge her. Clee dyes her hair orange, Kurumi fires a truth bullet rather, Yuta exposes his lies, Chihiro and Komaru sing some show tunes, Crazy Oko challenges AV in Battleship, Crazy Oko Extra Large sings my battles, she cheated. Kyoko, her known sponsor is AV, do I sense some bias here? Oh, mayhaps. Angie, Monodam, and Nagisa enter a scrum with Aiba, Camilla and Fischl, however, who should be the champion in event of a tie? Ibuki graces Shoma and Monaco for the rest of the game, remember this. Hiro, Mika, Teruteru, and Queen make some shadow puppets so much better at everyone's so much better than Queen that she starts to get a little bit jealous. Sounds about right. Kokoto, Mizuki, Tenko, Mew, and Mikon get together to form an idol group. Mukuro gets a hold of my soundboard, but within the hour gets struck by a bolt of lightning for playing copyrighted music for shame. For shame, Sakura gets distracted. Hook sings a romantic song for Masaru when the two begin to lean in for a kiss. Hook notices Gundam filming them, which makes Hook shout at Gundam. Akane and Crazy Oko are trapped in a box for the night. They decide to use their imaginations to liven things up. Ryoma buys every single version of Uno from AV's wares and despairs. Sonya spent all of her perks maxing out luck, which ain't the worst idea, admittedly. Mai prays to a tool that she makes it out of here alive with minimal bloodshed, of course. Gin thinks that he is the protagonist in actuality, as Hina is, and Gin's a quirky comic relief character. Toko feels herself developing a crush for Kazuichi. What about Togami? I guess what about Togami? Kawakami, Rhyme, and Shuichi enter a scrum debate with Kaito, Wanderer, and Hajime. It turns heated and Rhyme kills everyone on the other side, which means Kaito, the Wanderer, and Hajime have all been eliminated. But that ain't all, she wrote, because day 3 begins right here, right now. And Gundam finds Shuichi's head and puts it on. It's pretty cool on him. Pretty cool. Kawakami is not funny. Has never been funny. And she never will be funny. I debate that. Hina isn't surprised the Monodam's made it this far. Nagisa working on an ad that will appear in the next episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. Fischl feigns death, tricking Masaru into ignoring her view. Tries to find every Monokuma on the school grounds. Hook wants Avi to give Sayaka a chance. Avi disapproves of this and disqualifies Hook's forward. I'm sorry, but you gotta learn. Kokoto starts hanging up missiles in the arena, but Aiba swoops in, snaps her arm, and burns the mistletoe. I mean, it's the time of the year. I think that was a little uncalled for, Aiba. Paimon gets turned into a Fall Guys bean, and Shoma, it's the Fall Guys Genshin crossover event. I wouldn't be surprised if it ever happened, to be honest. Shoma gives Queen his blessing to marry Kazuichi. They're both confused. They have no idea what he's on about. He must have like Radical 6 or that is not what it was called in their game. They really love some diseases that make people a little bit out of their mind, don't they? Mai's had matches very well with her giant robot. Mizuki stabs Angie while her back is turned. Camilla trips on a comically based banana peels and falls on her bottom. Overcome with madness, Hiro chains Akane to a tree and makes her watch as he drowns Sakura. Oh my gosh, Hiro! My gosh. Gin, Chihiro, trade talents. Crazy Oko receives medical flash from a secret admirer. Monica, Clea, and Mikon enter a scrum debate with Crazy Oko extra large, Sonya, and Shuichi. Who's gonna get a rerun first, Shinha or Eula? That one needs to actually change. I don't know what to change it to. Try and keep it something Genshin related. Kamaru hangs up mistletoe in the arena. Kurumi throws Tenko at Rhyme. Yuta's trying to overthrow AV. Yuta fails miserably but survives thanks to Ryoma. Kyoko gets off to a rocky start with her new Professor Toko. I think everyone's gonna get off to a rocky start with that professor, to be honest. Fun fact, Teruteru's specifically here just to suffer, and Mika eats cheese puffs. Not AV Mania. My gut was feeling it's about AV Mania time. But maybe it just won't happen. AV Mania always happens. You can delay it, but it will always come for you. It is a Clair de Lune fall. Mukuro, Kaito, the Wanderer, Hajime, Hook, Angie, Sakura. AV Mania did not come for them, but it will come for our remaining tributes. It surely will. Yes, there are 38 left. We'll do a slow scroll through everybody else because we got to get this show on the road, don't we? Look at every one of these competitors still has their hearts on their sleeves. They want to win this one and take home the comfort of going to Christmas Day dinner secure that they have a title shot in the future. New year, new champs? Mayhaps. That was a slow slow. That became a very quick scroll at the end. It's still time to proceed as Gin, Camilla, and Masaru have a scrumdiddly with Tinko, Mew, and Monodam. And you know what? They argue over who the best starter is. Official. Receives metal splash from an unknown sponsor. Kurumi finds a special charm that allows her to transform into a magical girl. Queen, Crazy Yoko, Toko, Rhyme all find a big red button. They watch as horror as Queen presses it. You've doomed us all, they say, expecting something bad to happen. Nothing happens, leaving Queen disappointed and everyone else just glad. Hina hits Komaru with some sweet chin music. Nagisa wakes up to find blood dripping from his hands. Gundam, Kawakami, Shuichi, and Klee all dead. The champ goes back to sleep. Mai rests in a fruit tree rather. Sonya violently shakes that tree, but it also causes Mono and Mai rather to fall on top of her, killing them both. You thought it was Mizuki, but it was me, Dio. Aiba finds that DDR machine. She's got the schmoves. And you better believe someone in the Somnium said, yeah, get dancing. Yuta thought they caught a glimpse of the elusive Mama Kuma where they were just seeing things, right? Kyoko and Shoma hold hands. Kotoko throws a party at her shelter and invites Chihiro, Kazuichi, and Teruteru. The party turns sour when they all start arguing over what song should be blasting to the speakers. Oh! Another Triforce. Mika gets courage, Akane gets wisdom, and Hiro gets the Triforce of power. Monica rather confesses her love for Crazy Yoko Extra Large, who lovingly embraces her, accepting the confession. Mika's up there. Mikan turned out to be a clone, and Ryoma was the original Mikan all along. You know, we had... This gives me unfortunate... Hold on. Mikan turned out to be a clone, and Ryoma was the original Mikan all along. This this gives vibes from something that we've played, and I don't think I've ever realized it until now. And this event was in the simulator for, you know what, I'm not gonna say too much, but if you understand, I think you know, you know. Paimon screams into the void. It's day 4. Queen unknowingly eats toxic berries. That's bad for you. Tinko and Mizuki have a picnic on a cliff. Surprisingly, nothing goes wrong. Kazuichi shares his pancakes with Shoma. This earns Kazuichi entry into the World Pancake Championship match. You know what, Kazuichi? You know what? You go for it. Beef aside, you go for it. Mew makes a Danganronpa rewrite where Hiro's the protagonist. Kind of has happened in one of the little extra writing bits. Paimon, it wasn't like a classic like Danganronpa, 16 students, but you know, him and Kanan. Paimon and Aiba play tic-tac-toe on an image of Nagisa's forehead. Monica forces Mikan to kill Toko or Rhyme she refuses to kill, so Monica kills her instead. Crazy Yoko Extra Large commits a crime and runs away giggling. That sounds about right. Teruteru hears Fischl and Masaru talking in the distance. Kyoko smacks the taste out of Kokoto's mouth. Gin severely injures Komaru but puts her out of her misery. Hina asks Chihiro if he likes boats, leading Chihiro to go on a tirade about how much he loves boats. Hina kills Chihiro as he's rambling. Ryoma plays chess with death and wins. Akane slams Camilla through a table. She's not gonna like that. Crazy Yoko receives pancakes from Avi. Yuta takes a sip of tea, but the scalding hot liquid proves too much for him. Spits it out into Monodam's face. Kurumi uses her secret technique, running away. She's like, no thank you, and Mika reminisces about season 1. You did not exist then. We'll proceed. We lost 10. 28 remain now after this Claire de Lune 4. Gundam, Kawakami, Shuichi, Klee, Mai, Sonya, Queen, Mikan, Komaru, Chihiro. See everybody's statuses. We do have 28, right? I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. You love to see it. 28 people left. Just larger than a standard size game. Kurumi, all of couples counseling. Three's Company's Kokoto. Big Gremlin Energy has Crazy Hiyoko. Mage Against the Machine has Fischl. We also have Camilla for Made to Rule Damnation with Monodam. Hamtaro has Mika. Magic and Science has Nagisa. Let Him Cook completely in. Turncoats has Hina. Boy Sleepover completely in. Just Monica has Monica. IT Club has Rhyme. Crystal Clear's completely in as well. So the Story Goes has Toko, Small Companions has Paimon, Memory is Key with Kyoko, Pimp's Mafia has Kazuichi, Big and Tall has Crazy Yoko Extra Large, Fantastic Gymnastics completely in as well, Laser Focused has Tinko, who's still laser focused, and Royal Family has just one, even though there is more than one Royal Family. Let's proceed. We are down to 28. And it's now October instead of December. Unfortunate. Rhyme does that. Aiba gets hold of my soundboard and within the hour struck down for playing copyrighted music. Gin is bitten by a black mamba, but Masaru somehow, someway has anti-venom and is able to save Gin's life. Nagisa disowns Hiro for being a disgrace to the family. Kazuichi finds Netsuke somehow, breaks it in frustration. Tinko begs for Mew to kill her, she refuses, keeping Tinko alive. Maki grabs Mika by the throat. Crazy Yoko sings a romantic song to Paimon. The two begin to lean in for a tender kiss when Crazy Yoko Extra Large notices Kurumi filming them, not feeling them. That would be a really awkward kiss. Oh no. Which makes Crazy Yoko Extra Large shout at Kurumi. There's a lot of argument over the bus starter, and Shoma, Fischl, and Kokoto are all arguing with Yuta, Mizuki, and Monica over it. Hina's in the house! Hina, check it out! Monodam disowns Akane for being a disgrace to the family. Camilla, Ryoma, and Kyoko get into a fight. Kyoko triumphantly kills them both. Crazy Yoko is about to die, but Toko says, no, that doesn't count, and Teruteru's allergies keep him up all night. We are down to 25, I believe, as Shoma plays chess with death at the start of day 5 and wins. Teruteru lays on the ground, watching the blood fall from Kokoto being murdered by Nagisa, painting the scene crimson. Apparently, Nagisa doesn't consider Kokoto a warrior of hope. Crazy Yoko, Hiro, and Kazuichi get into a fight. Kazuichi actually triumphantly kills them both. Fischl is being attacked by a Komodo dragon and dies from her injuries. Why is there a Komodo dragon here in the first place? Go on, I'll wait. I think y'all know who it is. Ringo. Mika gets a hold of my soundboard and plays the Ben 10 theme song, well, you know. Yeah, we will. That's also one of the things that's on my soundboard that I'm like, is this... Because I think that was originally just 10 on my soundboard. I was like, oh, well, I'm going to confuse these two. Aiba, Kyoko played tic-tac-toe on an image of Masuki's forehead. Monodam dies from hypothermia. Tinko's sick of playing nice and turns a heel. And if you win, you might be in for a big surprise. Turn to an alien before your very eyes. He's funny, creepy, very so strong, he's every shape and size. Ben 10. Tinko, welcome to the heels. All the powers is on the case. Toko stabs Masaru while his back is turned. Monica and Avi, we go way back. Not really, I don't know anything about you. Akane asks for Crazy Yoko's axolotl. She shows her one in a bucket. Yuta, Gin, Kurumi, Hina hunt for other tributes, and Rhyme kills Mew and revives her as an undead minion. We just lost 8. We are down to your final 20, 10 more into your saving grace picks, and we're gonna give you one good Claire de Lune right after the song go. Okay, now we can do it. Camilla, Ryoma, Kokoto, Hiro, Crazy Yoko, Fischl, Monodam, Masaru. Well, let's peek. 20. 20 left. Kurumi, all of couples counseling. They have a 1 in 10 chance to win. Hamtaro's, Mika, Magic and Science's Nagisa, Let Him Cook also have a 1 in 10 chance to win. Turncoat's Hina, IT Club's Rhyme, just Monica's Monica, Boy Sleepover's Shoma, Crystal Clear's Aiba, So the Story Goes is Toko, Memory is Key is Kyoko, Small Companions, Paimon, Pimp's Mafia's Kazuichi, Big and Tall's Crazy Yoko Extra Large, Laser Focus, Tenko, and all of Fantastic Gymnastics also 1 in 10 chance to win. 3 teams completely in. Will that stand for another round? I don't know, because it's likely that we'll see the feast. Let's see if it happens. As Aiba and Mika discuss if that big stone is a boulder or a rock. In a team building exercise, Kazuichi and Paimon tell each other what they hate about one another. Hina dyes her hair red. Don't like it. Toko, her unknown sponsor is Avi. Do I sense some bias here? Well, I mean, like, if she sneezes, that's a member of the squad. Shoma kills Monica with a shovel. Tenko grabs a mop and begins to clean up the crime. Thank you. Yeah, that's not really heel of you, but I appreciate it. Mew and Kyoko tell each other their greatest fears in order to grow each other's trust. Rhyme bludgeons Yuta with, is that Justice Hammer 1? We haven't seen that thing in ages. This season, at least. To build each other's trust, Teruteru and Kurumi decided to do trust falls in their very first instance, rather. Teruteru steps aside and lets Kurumi fall to the ground. At least it wasn't off a cliff. Crazy Yoko Extra Large dyes her hair yellow. It's pretty much already yellow, so you know what? Nothing has changed. Gin was too cute for this world and ascended to a different plane of existence. Somebody was crushing on him. Mizuki gives Nagisa a steaming pot of poisoned hot cider. Well, that didn't go too well for him. Akane tries to stay up all night to catch the mastermind, but falls asleep. We proceed, and it is not the feast. As Mizuki, Kazuichi, and Akane hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. I show up because, you know, just recently, Kazuichi had that very nice moment with the pancake, so I was like, you know, yeah, I'll show up. I'll say, hey, what's up? Hello. I'm not paying attention to anything they gotta say, though. Kurumi slurps her fresh applesauce. Nice. Teru receives fresh fruit from an unknown sponsor. Mika catches the despair disease, starts posing dramatically. Hina dives into a pile of plushes. The plushes prove too much for her, and Hina drowns. Tenko does a sick kick but fails. The landing falls flat on her face. Paimon kills Shoma with a hatchet. Oh my. Crazy Extra Large, Toko, and Mew corner Rhyme are about to kill her when suddenly the grappling hook is wielded. She uses it and escapes, and Aiba declares her support to the entourage. This summons Genocide Jack. I told you Toko was gonna sneeze. And uses her scissors on Aiba, and Kyoko commits Sora. We lost just 7 more, which means we're at an unlucky 13. After this Clarity Lune 4. Monica, Yuta, Gen, Nagisa, Hina, Shoma, Aiba. We lost both Asahinas this round, and the champion. Who would have thunk? That being said, Mew could still carry on for Yuta, and they could get a fan vote for you guys. Kurumi's still hanging in there for dinner party, could earn a fan vote for you guys. Hamtaro has Mika. Let him in still has Teru. IT Club still has Rhyme. So the story goes to us Toko, Small Companions Paimon, Pimps Mafia, Kazuichi, Fantastic Gymnastics, the only full team completely in, and Laser Focus to us Tenko. It is 13 left. We're probably going to get the feast. So let's just see how it plays out. Shall we? I believe we shall. Next round sees Mika sings a romantic song. There's been so much romance today, but this one did not end in just yelling. They lean in for a tender kiss, and Mika notices Kazuichi filming them, which makes Mika kill Kazuichi in rage. Akane then sets off an explosive, taking out Crazy Extra Large, Mew, and Toko. Okay. Rhyme submits an application to join the squad. Paimon snatches it out of her hand and rips it up. Tenko dresses up as Kurumi, breaks out in Cosbox. Kurumi just laughs. Mizuki has a fever dream. She wakes up to Kyoko standing over her eating a turducken, which hopefully she can walk off during the game. I'm glad those two walked right into each other. We'll proceed. We do get the feast, surprisingly enough, and that brings us to just a final few. Because the cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families, Kyoko decides not to attend the feast. Paimon decides not to attend the feast. Rhyme, Tenko, and Mizuki unsuccessfully ambush Teru, Akane, and Kurumi, who kill them instead. Akane and Mizuki on different sides of that fight as Mika takes a staff leaning on the cornucopia. That brings us down to just your final 6. It is Kyoko, Paimon, Teru, Akane, Kurumi, and Mika. Do we get to our final 5? Not, maybe not. Yes, we do. As Paimon breaks down and starts weeping for an unknown reason, Kurumi tries to console her. Akane tells Kyoko that she's a cardboard clone of Akane, created by Avi. And it's, yeah, I mean, we've already played it once. We might as well double down, shouldn't we? It started when an alien device did what it did. It stuck itself upon his wrist with secrets that it hid. Now he's got superpowers. He's no ordinary kid. He's Teru 10. As Mika declares his support for the squad, yeah, this summons Pimp Kazuichi to stab Mika just like he did with Pablo. Cover your ears, Pablo. Cover your ears. We are down to now just 5, and unless there's an arena event, there's not. We are at your saving grace picks after this Claire de Lune 4. Kazuichi, Crazy Yoko, Extra Large, Mew, Toko, Rhyme, Tenko, Mizuki, Mika. And without further ado, look at all these competitors. It's not really all these competitors, but you guys have a 20% chance for that fan vote with Dinner Party. So do you need some new picks? You might. Although I feel like some people really like Small Companions. In fact, I acknowledge Paimon, so you know what? Let's acknowledge her as we make our saving grace picks. Kurumi of Dinner Party held the titles this season, want to get them again, want to get you guys a fan vote this time around. Will they be able to do it? Let Him Cook sees Teru, Gen, and Teru just wants some more gold. That man's is a gold hunter, and today he might be cooking up a plan to get to the finale with Gin by his side. Guinea boy, good luck to you. Memory is key. Kyoko with Hajime and Yuma all had some lost memories, but the one thing they can remember is that they want that tag team championship around each and every one of their shoulders. Will they be able to do it? Kyoko could take the first step today. Small companions, acknowledge your traveling companion Paimon. Put your ones up for Paimon. Will Paimon be able to win this matchup? Just like, will she be able to win tomorrow in Fracture? Will she be able to, if she does, beat Boss at the fight before Christmas? This could be the first step on bounds upon bounds of momentum for your traveling companion. And last, we have Akane, who stuck around with her partner for essentially the whole match until just moments ago. Will she be able to carry on for Mizuki in this final 5? Make your picks first, second, third. I will make mine as well right now, because I don't think I made original picks. Give me the ones, and they stay there for Paimon because we acknowledge her. For second, I'm going to take Akane just because she didn't call for the congregation, and I'm gonna take Teru for third because of Guinea boy. We do love Gin. Those are my picks. We won't linger too long on this one because we are within your final 5. It's no samurai woman. Instead, Karumi, Teru, Kyoko, Paimon, and Akane are all caught. We would like to call within our final 5 a crisis of fate. Let's see how it all plays out. Final 5. What'll happen? Karumi and Paimon start prepping for spooky month by doing the spooky dance. Kyoko proceeds to kill them because it's not spooky time. And as she kills them, blood dripping from her clothing and her gloved hands, turns around to an Akane having a fever dream, and she wakes up to Kyoko standing over her covered in blood. And goes back to sleep. Teru does her black. We are down to your final 3, Kyoko, Akane, and Teru, and Kyoko falls into a pit but somehow lives. Teru wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else, and Akane traps herself and bleeds out. Rest in peace to our weird between Teru and Kyoko as we hit the final Claire de Lune of the episode. Now, terrible turnabout, the only terrible turnabout of the episode for Karumi, Paimon, Akane. These weren't all of my picks, but they were sure 2 of them. We'll see everybody's statuses. We have 2. It is Teru, and it is Kyoko. And it is the time that I ask you between them, just who will it be? Let him cook. Memory is key. For the first time, Yuma, Hajime, and Kyoko are teaming up together. Kyoko trying to carry on for them. She is a former two-time. She is a former tag team champion. She was one half. I remember it was a split, light half, dark half. Will Kyoko be able to bring this team to tag team glory? She had failed many a times in tag team glory in the past, but after getting a refresh with some new faces, she was able to find gold. Will she be able to do it again? Will change be the key? Will memory be the key? Or will it be Teru had, not this year, but I believe last year had a year to remember. Can he win today with Gin? Will he walk Guinea Boy to the tag team finale? Or will it be Kyoko? Or will it be both of them? Or will it be neither one? Let's find out right now between Teru for Let Him Cook. Between Kyoko for Memory is Key. 4 different options could be the outcome, but this is our reality as we see Kyoko, who works for Yoko's Items and Misfortunes, is sick and tired of people from AV's Wares and Despairs burning it down, so she burns down AV's Wares and Despairs. Unfortunately, this puts a target on her back, puts her on the squad's radar, who hunt her down and take out Kyoko because apparently the squad wanted some cooking done. And cook, he did, because he is your winner. For old Guinea Boy, Teru finds himself in another tag team finale. Will he be able to walk out with Gin as tag team champions? That's the future. Instead, today he decides to enjoy the now. Your winner, Teru from Let Him Cook. Teru, congratulations. Who, I was gonna say who would have thunk, but Teru's had his, he's a competitor. He's almost at the point where I'm like, you kind of can't count out Teru. He'll sneak up and get a victory on you. Teru, congratulations to you. Kyoko had 2nd place, Akane had 3rd, Paimon 4th, so close Paimon. Kurumi 5th, Mika 6th, Mizuki 7th, Tinko 8th, Rhyme 9th, and rounding off your top 10 is Toko. Teru's up there in 1st, and as we bring up that bracket, he is the one who cooked. Him and Gin are going on to that tag team finale. And bring me back. As we scroll down, we'll see the rest of everybody else. Look at all of them competitors. I'm so proud of each and every one of them as they do this slow scroll. We had a pretty big game, right? Yeah, 76, and so was in last. Because he didn't show up because he had his physical. Will that physical be enough? Will everything come out on top? Will he be good to go for this Friday and Saturday? I hope so, because if he's 100%, So could break your arm in the middle of that ring. That's his one shot. And it's won him tag team gold, and it's retained him tag team gold before. We'll proceed, though. It all started with So not being able to make it, but it all ended with the squad taking out Kyoko and Teru getting that dub. Congratulations to him, Teru and Gin. My guy Gin. I do love Gin. We'll proceed one more Gin. One more Gin. Akane had 7 KOs though. She didn't bring in the alligators, but she sure enough brought the punishment, almost won this whole game. Nagisa had 5 KOs, Kaito, Kyoko, and Rhyme had 4. Kurumi, Teru had 3, everyone else with 2 or less. Let Him Cook took that victory. As we go back to the reaping, we'll see Celeste Holiday Party tomorrow, and it'll be a fantastic time. I wonder what mischief will unfold in singles action. Well, I'll tell you what, Teru, good job to you. You don't suck. A lot of these competitors do suck. Just like, who came in last? So, just like he sucks, and he's gonna lose his tag team championships this Saturday at the Fight Before Christmas. And that's not a prediction, it's not even a spoiler, and it's not an insult. That is a fact of life. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thank you for watching.